What's happening, dogs? Mr. Allen here with some polar graphing, and for this one, we are given the graph and asked to write the equation rather than the other way around. So first things first, what type of graph am I dealing with? This is a rose, right? There's not a whole lot to think about there. It's definitely a rose here for this one, but more importantly, am I going to be dealing with sine or cosine for this particular equation? Well, cosine always starts at 0 here on that x-axis, so this one's definitely going to be sine. Now, what other things do we need when writing this equation? I need my petal length, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know I'm going to have something like this. R equals 6 sine. And then I got to figure out what goes here with our theta, right? Well, if there's an odd number of petals, then that number is just the number of petals right here. And if it's an even number of petals, then we need to double that number. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 petals here, which means we're dealing with even. Now, the number that goes in here would need to be half the number of petals that I have, because when I have my equation, I would take this number and I would double it to get my number of petals. So 2 times 2 is 4. I got 4 petals here with a length of 6. And the other thing I want to check out right now, or just to make sense of from your other graphs, is with sine, where do we start, right? Where do we start with sine? Well, I would take pi over 2, or 90, right? And I would divide that by the number that we have right here with my theta, right? That 2 right there. So divide that by 2, divide it by 2. So I'd get pi over 4 as my start, or 45 degrees, depending on the units that you're using. Here I've got myself radians already listed, which is pi over 4. Boom, that matches up, which is also 45 degrees. So my start would have been this guy. I've got 4 petals, length of 6. That's everything there, man. Roses aren't too bad to figure out. I feel like the limasoles and the cardioids are a little bit tougher to figure out. But there we go. Hopefully that helps you guys in writing the equation, given the graph. We don't practice it that often. Usually we're graphing from an equation. So there we go. Have a wonderful, fantastic day.